Are you one of those people that think that children need to learn first and when they are done learning, they play? Because I would actually argue with you that, especially in the early years, play is actually how children learn. That's why across North America, play-based learning is not just a trend, it's what we see in daycares, kindergarten classrooms, and early learning spaces. This trip reminded me of that in such a simple but powerful way. Hello, my name is Esther, and I'm an early childhood educator and a mom. And I share how children actually learn in real life, not just from textbooks or perfect classroom setups, but in everyday moments. In this video, me and my family, we visit the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York, and experiences like this matter to me so much than most people would realize, and I think it should matter to you too. Like most family trips, this one started in the car, snacks, questions, people bickering, people crying, drama happening, winning out all the patience of the adults in the car, but the Lord is with us. Anyways, we crossed the border, checked into our hotel. And one thing I loved immediately was that the museum was literally across the street from the hotel we're staying in. That alone made this trip feel very doable, especially with having 3 young kids. No rushing, no long drives every morning. We literally just went across the street. At the hotel, we swam, we ate, and yes, we went to Target because, of course, there's no trip to the US without going to Target to get things that I may not get in Canada, but I digress because all of that counts too. Walking into the Strong Museum of Play felt overwhelming in the best way. I mean, the place is massive, and honestly, I don't think that this place you can fully explore in one day if your child is really engaging in all the different areas. But what stood out to me immediately as an educator was that the space wasn't designed just to keep children busy. It was intentionally built to provoke the minds of children, to provoke curiosity, imagination, and even problem solving. I want parents to hear this clearly. Learning does not always look quiet, neat, or structured. Learning is messy because learning means trying, failing, adjusting, and trying again. I want to hear you say to yourself, say after me, learning is messy. Anyways, one of my favorite moments was watching my kids color a simple drawing. Like they colored a fish, placed it onto a scanner, and suddenly that exact fish appeared on the screen swimming. My kids were shocked. I was pleasantly surprised, and immediately the question started. Mommy, how did that happen? What if we use different colors? Would that work? Will it work with another picture? Why is it moving like that? Can it move up and down? And, regular curiosity in action. And I love that I didn't even have all the answers. So we went to find someone that worked there and asked together. That moment wasn't about being taught. We discovered together. Like I've said on this channel before, you need to learn alongside your child. For my son, who is 2, he spent so much time in the pretend supermarket, scanning items, picking items he wanted, checking out, printing receipts. So to some people, that looks like just play. But this is the part I love to decode for parents, because I know, especially for many African parents like me, it can feel like, why are they just playing? But underneath that play is language development, because he's asking questions, he's naming items, he's sequencing, he's understanding order and process. He's understanding that I first pick up my cart, then put the items in it, then when I'm done, I scan it, pay for it, and print my receipt. He's understanding that. There's social interaction, which means he's navigating the space with other children, speaking to them also. There's early math, he's counting, he's understanding the quantities and comparing items. Pretend play is how children make sense of the adult world safely and creatively. There were spaces for climbing. My son also liked that space so much. Like the kind of climbing you see in regular indoor playgrounds. Music, there were puzzles, there were life-size doll houses. The pretend play area was massive. Some kids were running, some were building, some were just lying quietly. and everything had its own place. Children learn with their whole bodies, physically, socially, emotionally, and cognitively. That's with their brains. Play supports all of this at once. That's the power of it. And I've made a video here before telling you, let them play, especially in the early years. They need a lot of it. As parents, we often feel the pressure to always be teaching, use books, worksheets, structure, but play is also teaching, especially, like I said, in the early years. Play is how children build confidence, they practice problem solving, learn emotional regulation, and understand the world around them. Sometimes the most powerful learning happens when children are just simply allowed to explore. This trip reminded me why I care so deeply about how children learn. If you ever have the chance to visit the Strong National Museum of Play, I highly recommend it. And if you're a parent trying to support your child's learning through curiosity, play, and everyday life, you are in the right place. Subscribe, share this with other parents, and let's keep learning together. Till I see you in my next video. Bye.